As payments become ever faster while at the same time increasing in volume, businesses require smarter solutions and more powerful systems.
Organizations must also couple this with regulatory requirements and financial crime compliance. And to explore the challenges and potential solutions in compliance, we are joined by Sophie Lagouanelle, Vice President Product for Financial Crime Compliance at LexisNexis Risk Solutions. Hello, Sophie, and welcome.
Thank you very much.
Now, you work with many types of banks all across the world. We all know compliance is key, but that can be challenging to balance with business priorities. So what are the main challenges your customers come to you with?
Typically, they come to us with an immense amount of pressure these days, and that comes from actually the reunion of three main types of challenges. The first one is the regulatory pressure. The regulators have really gotten up in terms of the scrutiny in making sure that compliance is followed. And the number one is about the volumes. So higher volumes, higher alerts, higher costs. And I would say the number three type of challenge is speed. We're in a faster world. They're expected to have a higher speed in terms of implementation of the new regulation. And also, of course, we know instant payments are pushing the envelope in terms of speed.
Let's look further into this regulatory scrutiny, shall we? How does it translate concretely for your bank clients? And how can they prepare to meet changing and increasing expectations in the future going forward?
Well, concretely speaking, they have tougher questions. We're in the world of screening, sanction screening, and as you can imagine, with the geopolitical context, it's changing rapidly. So, concretely speaking, they're expected to have a very good control of their screening process and making sure that there's a big alignment between the policies that they define, kind of at a high level, the procedures that their people follow, and all the way down to configuration of their system. And then are able to demonstrate the proof that this alignment is actually executed very well. And that's difficult to really act in the reality of a compliance world because of fragmented systems. And today, the need is for them to have a holistic approach in terms of an auditable system by design, and being able to tell the full story. So it's not just about the alerts, it's also about the transactions and the payments that they process that did not generate alerts. So it's really a level of detail of questions, because if they can't answer the first question well, they know they're going to get 10, 15, 20 more questions that are difficult. So it's about helping them getting the access to the information at the right level of detail so that they are able to have a comfortable discussion and around module validation, which has now also become a big thing in training.
Now, about volumes, I'd imagine that mechanically more transactions to screens means more alerts, adding to compliance costs. How are your customers managing this?
With difficulty, but that's where automation can help. Thankfully. So indeed, the volumes of search, cross-border payments volumes of search. So if they still do screening kind of the old way, mechanically, like you were saying, they're going more in, more out. So more data in, more alerts out. And that's where really automation can make a big difference. Looking at leveraging the memory of what their people, so about the procedures and the configuration, their people are looking at investing some cases. How can the systems that they use can learn from the people and automate those in effect procedures that are put in the system? And also that's where novel technologies and innovation can really look at improving the situation.
What about AI capabilities, even if I can get that word out? What's the level of acceptance that you're seeing at the moment of these techniques, and are they widely adopted?
So more and more widely adopted. Actually, last year at Sibos, we were talking about, is AI okay? And now we're about what type of AI can I apply where? So that's really what we want to make a difference for them, is helping using the right type of AI technology in the right place in the workflow so that it is acceptable, it is explainable, and it can help automate without adding more scrutiny to our first point. So that's really, I think, the secret is to be able to have a very deep understanding of what is the workflow, what do the people do, and what can be accelerated by AI in the right places.
Speaking of acceleration, speed is a clear trend we're hearing about at Sibos this year. And there's plenty of talk about acceleration and instant payments. What kind of impact is that having on screening?
So instant payment is a reality. It's very exciting for all of us, but that means, concretely speaking, that what you used to do with this time window, you now have to do in a very, very, very small time window. So it has an impact in terms of the technology. You need the latest generation. You need to be able to have non-stop screening. You can't stop to reload the latest watch list. It has to be done in an instantaneous fashion. So I think it's a technical play as well. Infrastructures need to be able to cope with that throughput. So volume at speed with explainability. That's where we see that innovations helped a lot keep up.
Well, Sophie, it's been great to have you here on the Sibos TV sofas. Thank you so much for giving us the time. There's only, I guess, a day and a half left here, so I'm sure you've got much on to get your teeth stuck into. Sophie Lagouanelle, Vice President Products for Financial Crime Compliance at LexisNexis Risk Solutions. Enjoy your remaining time here.
Thank you very much for having me.